everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some ways to save money in your garden and garden for completely free. So I'm going to be taking you around my garden and showing you a few ways that I garden for free and how you can too. So I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so I got all of these sweet potato slips for free. I posted on a Facebook group. I was just asking like where to buy sweet potato slips, and someone offered these in my area and I went and picked them up. I was super shocked with how many there were. I thought it was going to be like a few, and she gave me all of these. So nice, like really just amazingly generous. There's a few down here that are still rooting in water here. So that's how sweet potatoes grow. You grow them off the actual sweet potato and then you can root them in water like that, and then you transplant them to dirt. And then you just plant these and they grow sweet potatoes. So I tried two different ways. I tried them in water and I tried them in soil, like putting the sweet potatoes, and I'll show you that in a second. But anyways, mine didn't work out. So I'm so happy to have gotten these. I got them for free, and so we need to find a place to plant these. So let's go try to figure that out, and I'll show you my sweet potatoes and what's going on there. So here are my sweet potatoes that I have tried, and I actually had 5 in here, and these 2 actually rotted. And as you can see, the soil's really dry right now. I've been neglecting it because they haven't done anything, so I haven't been keeping up with it. But you want to keep the soil really moist. And basically what should happen is the slip should grow out the side here. But mine have been in here for almost over a month and nothing's happened. And I did some in water as well, and those rotted, and the entire potato rotted and did nothing. So I don't know if maybe these have been sprayed with some kind of growth inhibitor and that is the problem. But I'm gonna actually water these probably this evening and get the soil really moist just to see if something will happen, because I feel like it's such a waste. But anyways, yeah, that's how I was trying to do this, and it just didn't work out. But so another way that I save money in my garden is I get mulch for free. So I've got this wheelbarrow full of shredded wood, which I will use as mulch, and I have used as mulch in my garden, and I got this for free from the city. So our city has a recycling program where you can get free mulch, and it's just wood chips. It's not the best, like there'll be like, you know, big sticks in there, big logs in there and things like that, but it's free and it does the job. So especially for like a large area that you want to keep weeds away or something, this is a great option. And I will link my city's, City of Austin's page below, where you can find where to get free mulch, but you should check it out in your city. And if you don't have a city program, there's a website called chipdrop.com. There's a big stick. Sorry. There's a website called chipdrop.com that you can get free mulch from. They just deliver a huge amount to you. So I will link that as well. But if you don't want to get a truckload of mulch, maybe going through your city is a good option. So this is my really embarrassing compost area. I really want to get this cleaned up, and I need to wash my composter, but we are in a drought right now, so I am trying to conserve as much water as possible. But anyways, sorry, there's a fly on me. This is a great way to save money in your garden by making your own compost, because compost can get really expensive. So we make our own compost here. We also have a worm compost bin, and I also do bokashi composting, which I want to make a full video on, but composting is a great way. And my husband made this compost sifter out of refurbished or like materials we already have. This is just chicken wire. He made a basic frame out of wood that we had laying around, and we just stapled it in. So probably it cost us, I don't remember if we bought the chicken wire for this or we already had it, but super cheap, maybe even free. You could probably get chicken wire for free from like a buy nothing page or something like that. Another cool thing that I'm growing for free, or basically free, is I'm growing ginger, and it's started to sprout and I'm super excited about it. I just had some ginger that I wasn't going to use that I had bought at the grocery store, so I just threw it in this pot here. I mixed in some perlite into the mix and it's been here for maybe a month? No, 2 weeks, and this is how it's growing so far. So another really awesome way to save money in the garden is to let things go to seed and save your own seed. So these are actually cilantro plants, and you can see the cilantro down, you can kind of see the actual cilantro looking leaves down here, but since it got hot, it went ahead and bolted and flowered. So I'm leaving these flowers because I want them to turn to seed. And I have another one in another part of the garden I'll show you that's a little further along, but this is what it'll look like. And a lot of people will probably rip these up at this point because they want to plant something new. The cilantro doesn't taste good anymore. But first of all, these are very good to attract pollinators to your garden, so I wouldn't rip them up. And they'll also give you seeds as well. So here's another little bit of cilantro that's even further along, and you can see here, see the little seed pods here. And so I'm just gonna let those dry out all the way, and then I will save them. And cilantro specifically, you can actually cook with the seeds, and it's coriander seeds are cilantro seeds, so you can cook with them, but I probably want to save these to grow more cilantro. So I love cilantro, and then I never have to buy cilantro seeds again, which is amazing. So that will save you a lot of money. Let's see if I can find anything else. So this one isn't going to seed, but you can do the same thing with flowers. You can do the same thing with pretty much any plant. You can just, so some of them you'll save the seeds from the flowers, and some you'll save the seeds from the actual fruit. So I actually have some cucumber seeds inside, but like if you wanted to save seeds from the zinnia, all you would do is just let it die on here and just don't pick it off. It'll dry up completely, and then you can save the seeds from the middle. So it will take some time, but just leave it there, let it dry up, and you can save the seeds. Here are some more seeds that I'm saving. This doesn't look very pretty, but I just pulled these seeds out of a very overripe cucumber that didn't get picked in time, and I'm putting it on wax paper and letting those seeds dry out, because as you can see there's like a little mucus membrane there, and once those completely dry out I can save them for next year's garden or maybe later in the year as well. Another way that you can garden for free is by using plant cuttings. So I just took some plant cuttings off my tomato sucker and I rooted them in water. As you can see, they have a lot of roots, and I will be transplanting these into dirt soon, and then I'll transplant them out into my garden for a second crop of tomatoes. We are able to do that here in Central Texas because it's very hot, and it will be hot for a while, so I will have a second round of tomatoes. I'm gonna do some more cuttings, but this saves you a lot of time because you don't have to start all over from seed, and you can also, you know, choose the varieties that are doing really well in your garden. And also maybe if your plant isn't doing well, you can take a cutting and get a new plant so that hopefully you can save it. And you could do this with other plants as well. I have my Monstera here. I have propagated this plant many times, and I have given away propagated seedlings? No, pups to people from this plant. And you can also do it with other herbs like basil or rosemary or things like that. If you know a friend that has a basil plant or a rosemary plant, you can ask them for a cutting, and then you can make your own plant. You just root it in water, and once it has roots established, then you can plant it in dirt and you have a free plant. So this is my very back garden bed, and it's kind of a wild one, but I'm fine with that. I kind of wanted it to blend in with the natural scenery, and my squash is struggling right now. But another way you can save money is by using repurposed materials. So I just built the border of this bed with some wood, some logs that we found on the side of the road that weren't going to be used. And I just wanted to have a little border so that I, knew where my garden bed was, and I could fill it with compost and organic material so that I could break down and have really good soil. We have a very clay-based soil here, so I wanted to give myself at least 5 inches of really good soil. So this bed has worked out really great. So my squash They look really bad. One, because it's hot, and two, I had a huge squash vine borer issue. These were all squash and they were absolutely gorgeous until the squash vine borers destroyed them. But everything else is doing really well. My marigolds are just popping off. Like, these are from seed. These ones are not from seed, but these ones are from seed, and they are just like amazing. And then I also have watermelon that is in here, and then I've got another watermelon as well, and I've started some zinnia seeds and some I think they're actually more watermelons, to hopefully retake over this bed and make up for that loss. But this bed cost me, I bought soil and compost for it. I think it cost me about $12 to make this garden bed, which is pretty much as cheap as you can get, and the border was of course free. Alright, so here's the most exciting thing that I was wanting to show you all. So I got these mushroom blocks for composting, and a few of them grew some small mushrooms that, you know, they just keep growing. But look at this mushroom. I'm just gonna pick it so we can see it. Holy moly, some buggies on it, but oh my gosh, do you see that? Tell me that's not insane. That is the biggest mushroom. I don't even know if it's gonna taste good. Ew, there's little buggies on it. They're little beetles. Ugh. Sorry, I'm not a bug lover, but anyways, look at that. Isn't that crazy? I showed this on my Instagram. I am like amazed by this. I have no idea if it's gonna taste any good, but looks awesome.